Hi everyone, this is Hello. Here's my audience. So when it comes to partners, we're thinking about a lot of attributes like loyalty and trustworthy and helpfulness. Thinking about bigger picture like countries, between countries, for example like China and the United States. When I'm here today to talk about why China and the United States should be long-term partners. After doing a lot of research, I believe it is time to tell people why it is important for both countries to cooperate. And the people need to know why it is important to, the people need to know the importance of the cooperation for both countries. And in my presentation, I would like to talk about three main points. The first one is economy. Second one is regional security. And for the last one is cultural. So according to Office of United States Trade Representative, U.S. goods and services trade with China totaled an estimated $648 billion in 2016. Export were $169.3 billion. Imports were $478.9 billion. China was the United States' third largest goods export market in 2016. U.S. goods export to China in 2016 were $115.8 billion, down 0.3% from the 2015, but up 115.7% from 2006. U.S. export of agricultural products to China totaled $21 billion in 2016. It is the second largest agricultural export market. Leading export categories include soybeans, coarse grains, hides and skins, and pork production and cottons. China was the United States' largest supplier of goods imports in 2016. U.S. goods imports from China totaled $462.8 billion in 2016, down 4% from 2015, but up 60% from 2006. U.S. imports of agricultural products from China totaled $4.3 billion in 2016. It is the third largest supplier of agriculture imports. Leading categories include processed fruits, vegetables, and vegetable juice, and the snack food. I have pictures show here the United States and China trading growth. You can see the growth was significantly growing from the 1958 to 2009. Look at the number here, and just barely nothing here from the 1985, which is the unit was in the billions dollars. And look at here in the 2010 is estimate about like $380 billion. The second main point I would like to talk about is that the regional security. According to David McGaurin, says that China's ongoing efforts through the One Belt, One Road initiative and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank signify Beijing's steady acquisition of influence through the economic development. In the mind of leadership, the economic initiative are not just ends in themselves, but rather pave the way to a security architecture more palatable to potential member states. Security influence commensurate with Beijing's already considerable economic influence signals a key milestone toward the achievement of true great power status. China actually become increasingly confident that it can lead the region, preferably with Washington's tacit consent, but without it if necessary. So in this point, I believe that both countries will contribute their forces to maintain the regional security. And I think without the both countries, the world will become a pretty much the chaos. And the third point I would like to talk about is that the cultural exchange. According to Cui Tiankai, ambassador of PRC to the United States, the ties that bind the United States and China is not just economically. In fact, cultural exchange is leading the way to a greater understanding between our two people. The recent participation by China as a theme country in the 2014 Smithsonian Folklife Festival on the National Mall was a statement about the importance of culture in bringing our nations closer together and of our commitment to continue the exchange. More than 1 million visitors attend in the Smithsonian Folklife Festival, and I'm especially proud that some 120 master folk artists from China area are part of this major international cultural event. He also says, today there are more than 230,000 Chinese students studying in the United States, and about 24,000 American students study in China. They are learning far more than the material in the coursework, but also absorbing the best of the host country's culture and will disseminate some very positive cultural traits from their home country. Until now, I discussed the main points, three main points that why China and the United States should be long-term partners. First one is economy, and the second one is regional security, and for the last one is cultural exchange. I sincerely I sincerely recommend you people to thinking about these major problems in this world, and hopefully you would like to stand on my side. Thank you very much. Here's the audience again.